Yo, welcome back. It's great to see you. And today's another episode of Bars. Is where I break down an excerpt either from a song that I've heard or a book. And if you are an athlete, I assume you listen to music. And if you're an athlete, you must read books. All right. It's an absolute imperative. There's a ton of books that are going to help you develop a more dominant mindset and prepare you both practically and emotionally for the rigors of performing under pressure. All right. So this is a great book called The Art of Living. All right. And it's the words of Epictetus, an ancient Stoic philosopher, and this is a new interpretation by Sharon Lebel. All right, now Stoic philosophy is of course very popular. There's a handful of very well-known Stoic philosophers: Marcus Aurelius, Seneca. Epictetus happens to be my favorite because of how practical he is, and just how it almost feels like he could be alive today and he would be very well understood. The way that he speaks, super practical, just makes a ton of sense. All right, so let me read this to you, and I'm going to break it down because it's very important, especially if you're someone who's in a position in life where you've attacked a goal and you feel yourself a little tentative about that goal. All right, so check this out. He says, if you wish to win at the Olympic Games, to prepare yourself properly, you would have to follow a strict regimen that stretches you to the limits of your endurance. You would have to submit to demanding rules, follow a suitable diet, vigorously exercise at a regular time in both heat and cold, and give up drinking. You would have to follow the directions of your trainer as if he or she were your doctor. Then, once you are actually in competition, there's a good chance you'd be hurled in the ditch. You might injure your arm, sprain your ankle, get your face slammed in the mud, and after going through all this, you might still be defeated. After you have contemplated all these possibilities, mindful of all the things that might happen and their consequences, and if your resolve is still strong, then exercise your judgment. If the overall picture still seems beneficial, then do enter the games wholeheartedly. By considering the big picture, you distinguish yourself from a mere dabbler, a person who plays at things as long as they feel comfortable or interesting. This is not noble. Think things through and fully commit. Otherwise, you will be like a child who sometimes pretends he or she is a wrestler, sometimes a soldier, sometimes a magician, sometimes an actor in a tragedy. So listen, this is powerful because you'd be surprised how many athletes go after a sport, but they do so half-heartedly, meaning they got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They say they want to go pro. They say they want to get to the next level. They say they want to get that next big contract, but they're still allowing their fear, right? Just like you talked about the Olympian, right? The fear of being thrown in a ditch, the fear of injuring your arm, etc. They allow these fears to prevent them from attacking their goals with the type of rigor necessary to accomplish at a really high level. So think about this as it relates to where you are right now. Is there something in your life, some aspect of your sport where you're holding yourself back because you're afraid you might fail? You're afraid something might go wrong. And remember, you're not doing yourself any good by doing this. All right. So my challenge to you is whatever your goal is, make sure you understand all the implications of failure. Think about what failure means. Think about what would happen if you didn't accomplish it. Think about all the worst that can happen. And then once you've done that, say, all right, I sign on the dotted line. I'm down for this. This is what I'm about. I'm going after it full speed. All right. And you know what it's like to go after a goal full speed because you also know the pain that you experience when you're going after it half-heartedly. We said this as a football player, running backs who run the ball timid, trying not to get hit. That's how you get hurt. All right. You got to go full speed through the hole. Yeah, there's always a chance or a possibility you can get hurt. But in order to accomplish at a high level, in order to break that tackle, you got to be running full speed. All right. So full speed ahead on your goals. No more tentativeness. Think about the fears, isolate them, write them out, meditate on them, and then say, hey, let's do it. I'm all in. All right. See you on the next episode. Peace out.